Welcome to our final film, where we bring together the threads of gathering, making and living to unravel the tapestry of understanding. Throughout this series, we have explored the rich cultural and religious heritage within the Chester Beatty's collection and how it fosters connections among local faith communities. Today, we delve deeper into the significance of accessibility in strengthening these links.
Accessibility is key to fostering connections. By allowing access to the Chester Beatty collection, we provide a space where individuals from different faith backgrounds can come together, learn from each other, and engage in dialogue. It's through this access that we truly strengthen the links between faith communities and the Chester Beatty.
Now let's revisit the themes of gathering, making and living as we reflect on the journey we've embarked upon.
Visual items were very important for people who didn't have the opportunity to learn to read. But I think, depending on the cultural background you're from also, some may kind of say, oh wow, that's not my taste, artistically if you like. But one has to recognize, putting aside prejudicial attitudes from one's own culture, that each of them has this basic respect. And that's what I would see as an outsider.
Rational analysis of texts is one approach, but we also need to bring other approaches to these objects in the collection, I would argue. And what I learned from talking to Muslim, Jewish and Christians in this process was the various mystical schools, for example, Sufi or Jewish mysticism or Christian mysticism. And this appreciation is there also of the limitation of text and the beginning of silence.
From the Christian faith, we believe that all souls belongs to God. Coming together with all other people that are children of God, even if they will have different perspectives, is very, very essential to share that common humanity, common identity together, that we are human, we have this time, this space together, and we identify with that. So being part of this project has really contributed a lot to that.
Through my experience with the Dublin City Interfaith Forum, we learn a lot about other colleagues and about other religions, and because even in our text in the Quran, God said in the text, we created you nations and tribes to know each other, so we could learn more from each other. Because the main thing is they have the same idea how to reach God, how to communicate with God, but in a different way.
What struck me so strongly was the commonality at the base of all religious thinking. And I knew about this, theoretically and everything else, but it made it clearer to me. These are not just interesting pieces in a museum because they're old, how interesting. They actually have a kind of a reality speaking to us now. Each of these great faiths had the same spiritual basis, and they were part of the progressive revelation of God's revelation to humankind. There are a number of similarities. There's a creative force, there's a covenant between the creative force and the believers that they should try to adhere to, and there are many ways of expressing it, some of which we see in the Chester Beatty Museum.
There are many ways to come in to the spiritual world, to this understanding of a higher power, of a deity. If we work together, we can improve living for each other in a very diverse Ireland today.
The journey we have taken together has been an exploration of the power of culture, heritage and faith. Through gathering, making and living, we have witnessed the incredible diversity and shared values among local faith communities. By providing access to the Chester Beatty collections, it allows for a better understanding of contemporary faith based in Ireland. This film is part of a series called Faiths in Focus, developed by a partnership between the Chester Beatty and Dublin City Interfaith Forum. Why not check our other films, and if you like the content, please share and give this video a thumbs up. You can find more information and links in the video description.